Hello and welcome here to the Windsor Food Services Stadium with me, your commentator Adam Allcroft, here on the Stocksbridge Park Steels YouTube channel with quite a cool backing soundtrack. It's a massive game here between Worksop Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels. The teams are actually out already, just 3 minutes ahead of kick-off. So we will just go through the teams quickly with you. So the team for Stocksbridge: Henry Hampshire in goal for the Steels. Then it's Zach Reynolds, Jack Tinker, Lee Whelan, Charlie Oglesby, Elliot Murray, Alex O'Connor, Ross Goodwin, who is the captain today, Thomas Poole, Lewis McCaskill and Ifia Fabu. It's just a four-man bench today of Keegan Townrow, John Olule, Luca DeFalco and Alex Wyatt Ingram. The Worksop team is as follows: Sebastian Mikowski in goal, then it's Regan Hutchinson, Josh Wilde, Sam Wedgbury, Deegan Atherton, Jack Broadhead, Terry Hawkridge, Alex Starsenko, Liam Hardy, Liam Hughes and Jay Rawlings. On the bench for them is James Hanson, Luke Hall, Vaughan Redford and Ben Tomlinson. So what a clash we have for you today. Not always been a big, intense local derby. This one, Stocksbridge usually have been in the same league as Worksop, no matter wherever they've been, apart from when Worksop went down, they have to come back up again. But what is rare is that we have the two informed teams in here. Worksop coming off 10 league wins in a row, while your Stocksbridge Park Steels come off 4 league wins in a row. That puts Worksop first in the form table, the Steels second. The Worksop have the best defence in the league with 8 goals conceded, Stocksbridge 14. Something we'll have to give today. One run will have to end, but whose will it be? Thomas Poole is standing over the ball now, ready to kick off this big local derby. And we are preparing for what is going to be a very tense and hopefully exciting night here in the floodlight. Poole kicks off, so Steels in the red shirts, red shorts and red socks, kicking from left to right, while Worksop in the lime green yellowish shirt in black shorts and black socks, kicking from right to left. Worksop currently with a throw-in deep in their own half with Josh Wilde. Takes it short here, goes back to Wilde before the long ball goes forward, looking for Liam Hardy, but headed away by the Steels. Only back to Hughes though, and he has palmed it sideways. It's just going to head to the right here. Hawkridge gets it down to the right wing here. Works up with a quick cross in, they get the touch on, but Murray gets the first ball on, and Steels head away, but only back to the right wing, and there's actually a foul on the Steels defender there as Worksop attack. Stocksbridge will defend. Worksop have become known over the last few weeks for their just absolutely blowing teams away. 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. We've already seen one 6-0 this week with Brighouse winning 6-0 over the Pontefract Collieries last night. A very shock result considering Brighouse were the least informed side. I think 6 losses in a row for them, as Steels earned a throw in just inside the half. We got long ball for it. We'll try and keep you up to date with any other scores going off. A lot of games have been called off today due to the weather. We have the 3G AstroTurf pitch here today, which has helped carry this game on. Throw goes in, kept inside, and it's Poole trying to evade his attacker there. Pass it back to Whelan. Whelan back after his suspension as his pass closed down. Worksop trying to make most of it, but well covered by Reynolds, who knocks it forward. Ifia Fabu trying to chase onto that, and that pass may have let Poole in. Poole's got a chance. Poole takes a shot. Top corner, it's in! First minute, the Steels lead! It's a defensive error from Worksop, and the Steels have taken the lead here. Much to the delight of our committee right in front of me, that you've probably heard. Fantastic goal. It's bounced off the feet of the Worksop defence. Pulls on first, and he's hit it beautifully into the top corner. So Thomas Poole, what a fantastic strike from him, making up for some of those misses against Grantham on Saturday. And with a fantastic strike here today. And now it's 1-0 Steels. So now it's Worksop here who've got it onto their right hand side as they will look to try and build back from this disappointing start for them. Thank you to everyone who's listening today. We always get good listenerships for these games as there's plenty of interest. Thomas Poole there scoring against his former club of Worksop. Actually signed for Worksop Town on the same day as Ross Goodwin did, our captain. as it gets down left wing. Stocksbridge on the attack again, looking to try and see if they can double their lead within these first few minutes. But Worksop have managed to get the ball back and have cleared it. It's gone forward here to Hughes, who's knocked it to left wing, and here comes Josh Wilde now, who's got to the halfway line. Passes sideways here to Wedgbury. Some nice little passing in the defence here for Worksop, as Hawkridge is going to try and send it long, looking for Hutchinson on the overlap. Going to be headed away by Tinker, and it's McCaskill who's going to carry it away, and now Poole's got it. Poole looking to turn, immediately tackled, and Worksop going to build on the attack here. In the defence here, as they look for this right wing. Tinker going over to cover. Touch being pulled down well by Worksop. They're looking to cut inside and put the ball in. Tinker following all the way. It's come off Tinker's feet.
Getting too excited, dear.
And it's going to be a corner kick for Worksop. 3 minutes in. Steels leading 1-0 at the moment. And yes, Dave's just excitedly showing me the live league table, which sees us move up to 4th. Still 88 minutes plus to go in this game. As a very high corner goes in, headed goalwards and just wide there. Going to be another goal kick despite the appeals of Liam Hughes, who got the head on to that there. Liam Hughes is one of the top goal scorers in this league. Liam Hughes has been lethal in front of goal this season, even more so than some of their big signings like James Hansen, who is on the bench today, the man who made it to a League Cup final and became a legend for Bradford City in the process. So here comes a long ball from Hampshire, his first goal kick in a steel shirt, keeps it in play but headed back by Worksop, gone through to with a strike, and it's going to flip it to Hardy, who's been forced out to the left hand side, pass it back to Wild. Wild finds Hardy again, going to have to pass it back to Wild, and just in their midfield now, Steele's back in their shape as it goes back to Broadhead. Happy to pass it on to the defence. Poole almost closes down, may have a bit of an advantage being given by the referee there as Worksop move quickly on the attack, and they've caught Tinker out of position down the right wing. If they can keep the ball in, they have, but it's been cleared by the Steels, but only back to Hawkridge, who's going to take the shot. Headed away there by Reynolds, but only slightly. Murray tries to get the head away, but eventually hooked away by O'Connor. Poole trying to chase it down, but back with Worksop, whose pass forward is poor, and it's gone out for a Steels throw-in. That's the intensity we can come to expect from Worksop today. No, Steels were able to hold on to the game for that and defend well. Hello to Ashton, listening in on our commentary today, Andrew Murray and Mark Hayes. Glad to have you with us today. Please do continue commenting as the game processes. Well, as long as it's gone through to Poole, who heads it back to Goodwin. Goodwin touch has just gone through well to Ifeabu. Ifeabu getting down the right side, trying to slip through Lewis McCaskill. There's a chance here, but well cut out there by Worksop. Some pace on that defender there. I believe that is trying to see what it was. We've actually got shorts numbers here at Worksop, which is actually handy for a commentator. Missed header there from Oglesby, may let Worksop in, but Tinker's really covered that well and very comfortably without even needing to slide tackle in. And back in Worksop midfield here. Worksop are probably going to carry 60-70% of the ball today as they go forward Worksop, and they're on the right wing again as they seem to be targeting at the moment. Goals in, header in, and it's in the back of the net for Worksop. Liam Hughes the goal scorer, and it's 1-1 already. We're only 5 minutes into this match. So it's a great place down that right hand side, which Worksop have been targeting early on into this game. And I believe that is Liam Hughes there who has headed that in. So Worksop 1-1, so the Steels lead did not last very long indeed, and now what's going to happen now for the rest of it? It's been an intense start to the game for the very least, as Thomas Poole scored in the first minute and now Hughes scores. Well, Worksop have registered it as the 7th minute, I would say it's the 5th minute. Quick ball here goes through for Ifeabu, shot to Goodwin. Goodwin immediately closed down, but it gets through to Poole anyway, who goes to the side, tries to find Ifeabu with the ball. No one's chasing it down really, and Wild just going to allow it to cover. Goodwin trying to cause a problem then. He has forced Wild to cut it back before Wild clears it upfield. Going to be head up in the air. Murray's gone for it, but Worksop get it forward until Whelan knock it forward. Stopped though by Wedgbury, who gets forward. It's just been a battle midfield before it's been headed forward, but Poole's pass there a bit slack, but has got to Whelan anyway. Back to Reynolds, immediately closed down. Now if Ifeabu's touch is not the best and he's been robbed, and it's going to go forward before Murray heads away, but only back to Starsenko. But he's been get by Reynolds there as Hughes has just knocked down forward, and Hardy's going to collect it on the left hand side. Immediately being met by Elliot Murray. Hardy's looking to turn here, trying to get it into midfield, but well back from Lewis McCaskill, but he's been robbed immediately as well. Wedgbury Wedgbury trying to get it to this right-hand side. He does. He gets it to Hutchinson here. Poole misses on. Well, McCaskill misses on the closing down, and Hutchinson's advancing forward. He gets it to the right-hand side, and Steels get a tackle in, and it comes off a Worksop. Well, the referee gave it to Stocksbridge, but then the linesman has given it to Worksop, so it's going to be a Worksop throw in there. Yeah, Worksop throwing everything at this early part of the game. Throwing goes in. It's Worksop just on the edge of the box, on the corner, passing it back here to Wedgbury. Now sideways as they try and keep going down this right-hand side. Obviously, a strength they'll do as that pass is blocked out for another throw-in to the Tigers. So, continue to be a throw-in, and Steels may just want to slow this down a bit to avoid the onslaught from the Tigers that has dominated so many teams at this level this season. Down the right-hand side, but another tackle going in. It's another throw-in to Worksop. On the right-hand side. Thrown here to Hawkridge, back there to Hutchinson. They're going to try and work down the right-hand side. Another crossing is blocked. Steels are keeping their shape really well, stopping that ball getting into the box for the most part. And now it's going to be another thrown down this right-hand side. Game slowing down as Worksop try to inch down that side here. The throw-in is coming in here. It's going to be the long throw-in. They're going to bounce awkwardly. It's going to be trying to be flicked on. Stocksbridge haven't cleared. So trying to get the shot off. Bounces just wide the goal. Going to be a corner kick. Not sure if it was Murray with a tackle on it there, or if Hampshire got a touch on, but Steels managed to just about defend that one. Here comes the corner. Corner kick, very high, looking to get to the end of the block. Heading in towards goal. Worksop trying to get the second touch onto it. They're being forced wide though by Steels. Put the ball across over the top of their heads. It's going to still be with Works from the right hand side. Another flip ball looking to the far post. And it's headed into the far post and Works on a 2-1. Actually, and it's whether that goal is going to be counted, it looks like there's been a bash to the head to Henry Hampshire there, onto the post as he tried to defend that one. The goal is going to count, I think, for Worksop, but we have currently got a concerning moment here with Henry Hampshire, who's just 9 minutes into a competitive debut, a first senior match ever. He is on his back side now, at least, looking like a miracle. So, but Worksop are now leading 2-1 there. Worksop currently just dominating in the air. Their tactic: get it into the air and get a head onto it, and it's working right now.
Second goal for Worksop Town.
He is back. Hampshire back to the seat there. So Jack Broadhead, the one with the goal for Worksop, but the concern is actually there is still a player, I think it's a Worksop player now down in the goal as well. Hampshire is back to his feet. So a bit concerning for the Worksop man. And it's just 10 minutes gone in this game, and it's 2-1 Worksop after the Steels took the lead. With the very large size of Worksop paying dividends for him in the aerial battle. So just waiting for this. We just say concerning scenes as the treatment is continuing for the Worksop player who's down there. Obviously counting at the same time as Henry Hampshire, so still a lot of work happening on him as the Steels will now be able to at least catch a breath. So, sorry about this, so we are just having to wait. You say it's just it was just a constant crossing in the box, and eventually just the size of this team compared to the Steels team really did help them in the end, and that's why they are leading after being 1-0 behind just a minute. So, does look like the Worksop player is back to his feet and will be returned into the game. Just did notice the post get a bit of a shunt to about an inch to the left as he went up there, which is something that can happen on AstroTurf pitches, something Worksop found out to their cost at Leek Town just a couple of weeks ago, with the ball bouncing off a wheel on Leek's AstroTurf pitch, just to be accurate, and going out, not counting. And as I say that, Leek have just taken the lead against Widnes, Rob Stevenson there, so Stocksbridge kicked the game off again here, trying to find Ifeafabu initially, takes a touch, trying to beat his man, but wild cover as well, back to the defence, Pull immediately closing down before Malkowski, the former Poland international goalkeeper, clears it out. That's probably the first action he's actually taken in this game, even though, apart from picking it out to the back of his net for Pull's opener. Going to go now for the throw-in that Reynolds is going to take. Reynolds taking it short to Whelan, back to Reynolds, who's going to knock it forward, but it's no one in particular that's easy for Broader to clear, but Whelan's knocked it right back. McCaskill's trying to go to a bounce ball, maybe just be a bit too much for him, but Malkowski, who is about 6'5" there, and has a bit of afters with Lewis McCaskill there, as he rolls it out now to Broadhead, who's sent it long here, and it's going to now be covered here by Hampshire, who is looking fairly well now after seemingly clattering into the post. Here is it sent long for Hampshire. And long Pull's going to try and head on, but the offside flag is up there, so Worksop will get their free kick there inside that. Sending long is going to immediately look for that right hand side. That has been the tactic so far, but Tinker's able to head it away there. They're going to try and send it down the right hand side again. The Tigers, as they try and pull it down, Tinker gets a touch onto it, stays in play. Tinker gets a second touch, but it just goes back to another Worksop man. And here eventually, pass knocked out of play by a defending Stocksbridge midfielder. So just going to go on the right hand side here now. This is where they managed to create enough crosses, and it seems to be the Steelers what if they want to get back into this game, they're going to have to stop the cross and stop it early, because they are beating us in the air every time. Worksop at the moment. They have actually just immediately blocked off, but they're finding the space cross thing, and now it's going to be just pass around the midfielders and look for the space to chip the ball in, because that is what Worksop are looking to do. They're getting down the right hand side. Here comes the cross in, well claimed by Hampshire at his near post. So Hampshire here trying to organise the young goalkeeper there with a baptism of fire today, to say the least. He really has come into the Tigers' den today with what's happening. Well, going long here, Goodwin tries to win the header, but it's nowhere near him, headed up by Worksop. Aero battle here at the moment as Worksop play head tennis amongst themselves, really. Whelan tries to get his foot in, but it's going to be carried away by Starsenko before it goes to Hawkridge, who's going to get it down this left-hand side, the former Scunthorpe midfielder that. Murray's able to clear it, takes a touch off here Worksop, but they try to pass it back and it goes out of play. 15 minutes gone here, and it's 2-1 to Worksop Town. Steels had taken a goal lead just a minute into the game, but Worksop have come back into this and are now leading 2-1. Ball going up the air, but headed away there by Wild, and this aerial battle continues. It's going to be back in midfield. Tinker's going to gather it. Tinker's going to try and run at the defence here. Tinker's going to try and find the overlap of McCaskill. Oh, McCaskill just pegging it back here, looking to try and find the cross, but he's been closed down. Just goes away from Tinker, being passed backwards by Worksop. Still trying to close down, and Worksop are forced to clear it. And the decision is going to be a throw-in, I believe. So, Steele's there just actually maybe looked like it went over the corner flag, and actually it's going to be a corner kick there. So could have gone either way. You wouldn't have blamed the referee either way. In non-league FA Cup news, Torquay United have gone 1-0 down to Derby County, and Steels have a chance from this corner kick. But with the size of the Worksop defence, it might be tricky. Here comes Pull's corner, looking for the far post, over everyone's head, and just going to go out for a goal kick at the... Actually, I think it's going to be a throw in there, actually. Just missed. Went for the far post, everyone, it was at the near post, as you may have caught, and some of our committee's comments here that you may be able to hear. Here on the left-hand side. Goes through, pass back here. Steele's trying to close down, but it goes anyway. Reynolds going to head it forward. The Tigers keep it out of their box for now, but they'll head him before, and they're stopping the long ball go forward as Peels for a high foot, not giving. Goodwin tries to head into the box, does go far, and this will allow Wild to clear it out. Murray heads it back forward, and going to be Whelan tries to get on it first. Whelan does get on it well. Going to take ready out to the left-hand side. McCaskill chest just goes behind him. He's going to try and just outstrength the man, and he does go inside, and he finds Whelan. And Whelan's going to find the overlap of Reynolds here. It's a great ball from Lee Whelan here. And Whelan's going to try and knock it back. Reynolds has beat his man. He's been tackled off him. If Fair's going to get it, Fair's going to put the cross in. It's just a poor cross there. Poole tries to head it in too. Stocksbridge going for that. Bit of a waste, but it is going to go to McCaskill now on the left-hand side. Has Goodwin as a target here. McCaskill trying to cut inside here, trying to see if force protect, goes to Poole. Poole opens the body up, takes a shot right at Mikowski. Slips as he takes a shot, but Thomas Poole there looking to be as busy as possible and trying to see if he can get the Steels level pegging. Long ball immediately goes to Liam Hughes, going to bounce right into the box here, headed away by Stocks before Whelan hooks it away. The game has calmed down a bit since Worksop took their 2-1 lead on, but they are going to press and try and see if they can slam home that advantage they have, as they've done against so many teams, against what is a injury-plagued Steel side, with Mitch Langton also out today. With him and no Dason Hale, no more ever presence for the Steels for this season. And it's heading into the box there by Worksop, but that is some quick speed from Henry Hampshire off his line there to gather the ball and stop any potential attack. Liam Hughes was hovering. So has seemingly calmed down a bit this match, which was probably for the best for the fitness levels of all these players who've done a day's work before coming here. Goodwin closes that ball down. It's going to go out for a throw. Was appeals for a handball on him that have not been given. Sam Wedgbury not happy with that. He's having a few appeals to the referee about that. So it's just going to go up to the right-hand side here. Hutchinson's going to throw it upfield and being headed up into the air by Steels. Going to be a head battle before Oglesby's the one who heads it away, and it's going to be sent down that right wing again. And Steels don't have many people back here. Murray's covering. Ball goes in, but well clear by Zach Reynolds there. Still going to go to the right-hand side. It's a big header back in. Reynolds again with a header out into the midfield. Poole's robbed him very well though. Back to Goodwin, but the pass is a suicide. Hughes is going to take the shot. Right, Hampshire who punches it away. Second header goes in. Fantastic replay save from Hampshire. And while you could argue that Hampshire should have gathered the first one, the second save was an incredible reflex one to stop Hughes from making it 3-1 here. Going to be a corner kick now to Worksop, and this is where the Steels have struggled to defend from the massive Worksop defend. So Steels will be looking to do much better here from this one. Ball going in, punched away by Hampshire, not the most confident punch away from the goalkeeper. And it's going to be another one on the right-hand side. Half did its job, but not enough to, well, not going to fill the away fans with confidence on that one. Going to be on another one on the right-hand side. Must be the fifth corner here for Worksop. So taking his time with this one. In a Senior Cup fixture in Westwick, will update after this corner actually. Header is away from Murray, but it's going to be first time here. Low, deflection, it's going to go towards goal, but Hampshire manages to get it. Stung taken out. Yes, so in a West Yorkshire Senior Cup tie, Golcar United have taken the lead against Ossett through Cale Price. We beat Golcar 3-0 in the FA Cup, which was one of the way we started that year. Started that amazing FA Cup run we had, as Hampshire's kick goes out, but headed back by Worksop, and Hardy's immediately going to flip it to the right-hand side. It's a fantastic ball to find Hawkridge. He's going to break into the box, trying to get his shot off, being cut off by Tinker there. He's going to go out for another corner kick. It's well read, and it was Liam Hardy, a fantastic ball of quality there, and it's a quick corner from Worksop. Going to look for the far post here. Murray heads it away well. It's going to go on to the left side. Worksop are going to gather it here though. Back to Atherton here. He's going to clip the ball in, but that one is very heavy, and Hampshire is going to collect that without much trouble. So another little scare here for the Steels. 21 minutes gone. It's 2-1 to Worksop Town at the moment. Going long here. If Faber was going to try and make the most of the awkward bounce, but being headed away by a Worksop man, by Harold Head, who went completely over the top of McCaskill, but nothing given, and they're going to launch another attack down this right-hand side. Tinker is chasing it, trying to be the first on. Ball goes in, headed away by Murray, who's having another strong game in the centre of defence here. Whelan's going to try and find a Fabu now on the right-hand side, but headed away. Poole looking to be the first on here, but he backs out as it's gathered there by Wedgbury, and now it's back to Malkowski. 3 Poland caps for Malkowski though he won't be going to the World Cup in a week's time.
Are you invited to World Cup commentary?
I have not been invited to the World Cup commentary team. You're stuck with me for the next month or two, I'm afraid. Still. BT want me, they can make me an offer. I'll give it to you, Roger. You can see if you can match their offer at BT. It goes long, but it looks like it's just going to go right out there. Goodwin tries his best to keep it in, but it's just going to bounce the stand. Poor kick there. It's going to go right back to Worksop just inside their own half. Back here now for Wild to take this throw in. Throws it inside, forced backwards by Worksop as they're going to give it to Atherton here. Now back to the right-hand side. McCaskill immediately goes to close in. Now back into their central defence. It's going to be sent down this right wing. Tinker's lost his man who went for the run, and he's going to haul it down. Cross going in, headed backwards. Can Worksop latch onto it? They do get a shot off, but it looped in the air, and Hampshire's able to claim it. Hampshire's going to take it quick, looking for McCaskill here. Steele's looking to try and get a counter-attack. McCaskill struggling to haul it down, but it has bounced out, well, almost bounced out of play. Worksop just about keep it in, and now it is, well, no, it's not out of play still. Now it is actually, and it's a Steele's throw-in. Just bouncing on the line a lot there. On the left-hand side. Get back to Tinker, going to send it long here. Knock down Poole trying to escape his man. Gets it down the left-hand side. It's going to be a throw-in actually to Steele's there as it goes out of play. So down the left side. Thrown down to the corner flag, but it's bound. It's actually going to be, I thought that bounced off Thomas Poole there now, but it works up, obviously got some sort of touch onto it. So it's going to be a corner kick for Steele. A good opportunity for them to get back. Though with some of the big men here, it might be tricky. Liam Hughes is the one who you just look at and you go, that is a titan of a human being. And it'll hopefully be a better one than the last one that just looked over everyone's heads. Here comes the corner, aiming for the near post, but cleared away by Wild at the near post. Back now for O'Connor, who misses his touch completely. He's going to be forced to pass it back to Hampshire. Hampshire wasn't ready for it, but he does manage to send it long anyway. If your favour's going to be the one to fight for it, but offside flag goes up, which is a bit of a surprise. And it's going to be a free kick to Worksop. So pit taken short now to Broadhead, the man who put Worksop in the lead here. Now into the midfield for Wedgbury. Going to look for that right wing for Rollins now. Rollins trying to get to the forward flank. He does get it. Bounce it off Tinker, and it's going to bounce out for a corner kick, which is where the Steels have been a bit concerned with some of their things today. So just so another game involving one of our league sides. Bridlington Town are drawing 1-1 with Beverley Town in the East Riding Senior Cup. Corner goes in. Look for the far post. Headed over the bar by Hughes. And it's going to be a goal kick despite appeals from the Tigers for it to be a corner. And Hughes right now, the Steels don't have much of an answer for from those set pieces. As Hampshire prepares to take this one. So 25 minutes gone in this game so far. It is 2-1 to Worksop Town at the moment. Opening goal coming from Thomas Poole for the Steels, but goals from Liam Hughes and Jack Broadhead putting Worksop back into the lead. Poole here has got the ball, he's dropped deep to get it, he's evaded one tackle, it's gone out to the left hand side trying to find the opening man, but it's only Goodwin who was going to try and race onto that, and I don't think he's going to outpace any defenders in this game. They're back here for Broadhead, who's trying to get it through, but Goodwin's gone in well with the tackle. If you're Faber, who's going to try and take it down the right hand side, finds Reynolds here. Reynolds has to pass it back to keep it in, and that's how Worksop get in. And now Reynolds is out of position as Hughes is advancing forward. Takes a short pass to Wedgbury, and Wedgbury's little flick over is intercepted there by a covering Whelan. And now Poole's going to try and latch on the back pass. And actually, Poole may be on here because it's will be another defensive error. He's on the right hand side though. He's having to find the ball back in. Needs to pass it back to Whelan. Gets it to Whelan. Whelan's into the box. He's trying to cut inside. Here comes the cut across pass by Whelan. Gets it to McCaskill left hand side. He just can't control it. It's going to go for a goal kick. Steels can't make the most of that error in the defence. And if the Steels want to get out of this with a point or anything, they're going to need to make the most of defensive errors like that. At this time, they were able to in the first minute. They couldn't this time. In another team, it's my usual meal. About 10 chip trays or something go around. Golcar United have taken a 2-goal lead against Ossett in the West Riding Cup, West Yorkshire, whatever they call the West Yorkshire Cup. But Ossett losing 2-0, and that which would be a shock result with a team that's currently fighting against relegation from the Northern Counties Premier Division. Really nice blokes as they came down. As Worksop almost flicked it through here, is with Starsenko now as he goes down to the left-hand side, trying to cut inside, and he's going to get to there to the edge. To the byline, he's good into the box. Box goes low, but blocked off by Reynolds, and out for another corner kick to Worksop. We must be up to 7 or 8 at this point now. As the Worksop fans behind that goal regale their fans, regale their players there with some song. It's, well, how do you defend from Liam Hughes when you haven't got a man who matches his size? And there's one at the far post there from Worksop. It's the man we've been talking about there again, Liam Hughes again, this time headed wide, and during half time, Ian Richards is going to have to come up with some sort of set piece plan that is going to block his run off, or at the very least stop him from coming through. At least try and force him to make a foul on one of your defenders to try and get through to him anyway, because right now he has got he can do whatever he likes in that box. Here comes Hampshire, who's going to send it long here. Tried to be headed on there by McCaskill, but it's just going to be headed back by Worksop as a bit of head tennis happens, but McCaskill is going to get it and try and flick it on for Poole. Worksop head away again. Again, it's just going to be head tennis before Wadbury tries to get it forward, but actually McCaskill's robbed him well before Worksop boot that out. Now it's just come off a steals play, it's going to be there throwing. Yeah, it's going to just be about 10-15 yards inside the Worksop half this. If you are coming to the game on Saturday against Bridlington Town, please do remember it's our food bank drive game. As Hardy actually just chased onto this, we'll just follow this. Now Hampshire's caught it quite comfortably. So yes, our food bank drive game. So if you are coming to our game against Bridlington, and we encourage you to do so, it's going to be a great game against a team that's also been doing very well in the Northern Premier League this year. Yeah, we do like Bridlington a lot. Please do bring along any non-perishable foods or cash there to help along with our food bank drivers. It's a great cause for the Stocksbridge Food Bank. We really like trying to help out our local community. It's part of being a community club for the Steels, and anything you can do to help us with that drive will be appreciated. Reynolds throws it quick to Whelan. Going to try and get it cross field, but no one's there really for that, and it's just going to go back to Mikowski there. Rolls it out to this right-hand side now. Now with Hawkridge. Now back now for Broadhead. Now to Wild, who takes the touch before sending it long here. Hughes tries to head it on, but it's going to miss him, and it's just going to go out for the goal kick here. For once, one of their long balls is actually wasted. We've hit the 30th minute mark here. 2-1 to Worksop at the moment. And it's just going to take his time, Hampshire, before sending it long. Going to try and get Goodwin, who tries to head it on, but it can only knock off the back of his head, and it's just immediately giving the ball back to Worksop here. Back here for Wild, who will throw it down, but it's going to be knocked away by Reynolds there. If Fabu tries to get it 2 feet, as he's against one of his former clubs, but Wild robs off him, knocks it off of Fabu, going to be a throw-in. Right. Wild will have another throw-in just inside the Worksop half.
See team talk now, can't you? On his toe.
Just taking some time here, Wild. That intensity that dominated the first 15 minutes of the game has gone now, but that's because Worksop in the lead, and at the very least they will not want to be caught out as they were in the very first minute of this game. Throwing goes in from Wild, but immediately knocked off a Stocksbridge player and goes back out again. Back for Wild, we just seem to be doing the same thing, except he is exactly on the halfway line. Oh wait, no, he's taken 3 steps forward. And another few steps forward. Linesman not spotting that one very well. And Worksop going to try and knock it into the box. Oglesby's trying to cover while Worksop man trying to rob it in, and Worksop man's got a touch onto that, but it's going to go out for a goal kick. So So back with Hampshire now to take the goal kick. Sending it long, if you're Faber looking to get the header onto it, but headed away though by Broadhead. Now with Hawkridge, who's looking for the run of Rollins here on that right hand side. He is a rapid man, and it's a touch off Tinker, not the best one, and it means a corner kick. And it's going to be another opportunity, and it's how many men can we put on Hughes without sacrificing someone else at the moment? Here comes the corner. He's going to be looking for Hughes, who takes a header, and it's good. The appeals for it's gone behind. No goal is given. They think it's gone back behind the line. There's another ball in for Worksop to take the shot. This one is in the back of the net, and Worksop are now 3-1 up. And well, that's what money buys you.
Come on!
Worksop 3-1 up. Didn't see who got the goal. That second touch. And that Worksop are now 3-1 up after that strike there from the edge of the area that beat everyone. Steele's not being able to properly clear the lines. Initially, they did think the ball had crossed the line beforehand. We're for such a far distance that we couldn't see from here, and now Worksop 3-1 up. The team that's got all the former EFL stars 3-1 up on Stocksbridge at the moment. They go through to Goodwin, pass it back to Murray now. Jack Broadhead was the one with the goal there. And it's going to go to the right side. If Fabu flicks it onto Poole. Poole just cuts behind. Bit of confusion there with him Goodwin, but Poole stays on it. Forced backwards, Poole gets it to Whelan, rolls it in front of him as Whelan's going to knock it forward here to McCaskill, takes the touch back, finds Poole really well. Poole's going to open the shot, takes a shot, but it's well over and out of the ground there for Thomas Poole. Back now for Malkowski to take. Malkowski just taking his time with Worksop now are 3-1 up. All going long here as it's headed on by Worksop to get the second ball as well. Back now with Hughes, and Hughes is going to spread it down the right hand side. Back got to the fullback Hughes, he overlaps, tries to cut it through. It's bouncing awkwardly, and the Steels do eventually clear it away, and it's going to be a throw-in very deep into their own half for the Tigers as we now reach the 34th minute in this game. And now it's going to go down the line here. It's with Hawkridge. Now for Goodwin, pass it back to Whelan. Now for Reynolds. Sending it long, looking for Fabu. Headed away though by Wild. Not through by Whelan. And it's just going to be playing fields work. And there's a late challenge there from Goodwin there. Also a bit of a late arm there from Alex Starsenko. There's going to be a challenge there. Starsenko, it's awkwardly staying down there for so Physio is going to come on. Goodwin being a former Worksop man, used to this pitch when it was grass though. He used to play it. Yeah, Goodwin's going to get a talking to here from the referee, Ashley Royston, as the Worksop fans bay for blood. And it looks like he's going to chat into. It's going to be a yellow card. The red card was out of his hand, but going to be a yellow, and Sam Wedgbury happy, and neither of the fans here. And treatment continuing on the Worksop man here as we do it. So just waiting here for the treatment to continue. He is up now. The player is now up, the Worksop man. Terry Hawkridge there, the former Scunthorpe player. Made many appearances in the EFL around League 2, League 1 level. And he's back up and he's back to his feet, just going to head off the pitch now before he's able to resume. It's just going to be a free kick there just inside the half, Steel's half for Worksop. Going to be left foot by Josh Watt. And Hawkridge has returned to the pitch before the game has resumed, which is an odd one. But the ball going to be clipped in here for Worksop, going to bounce awkwardly. Steels get a header away, but it's not gone fully away. Hughes tries to get on it, and once again there's a late challenge into Hampshire. It's a late one into Hampshire as he goes down. That's the referee there penalising that. So Hampshire here will have the ball here ready for a free kick here that was given on that. Hampshire going to send it long. McCaskill's going to try and go up to win it, but headed away there by Atherton. From out of midfield, but it's gone back to McCaskill tackle, but only got to Whelan. Whelan to the back. Poole takes the one touch pass to O'Connor. O'Connor's trying to get it down to the left-hand side, but he's just gone into a dead alley there, but he still managed to go to a Steels player. Poole's come back deep to get it. Poole looking for the pass to Reynolds, bit short. Reynolds gets it through, and it's going to go back for Malkowski now after the challenge there from Hardy. Taking it up to his arms. It wasn't a back pass there, which is why Malkowski can take it into his hands there. Malkowski rolls it in front to him, and it goes here to the right-hand side to Atherton, who's going to send a long ball here, headed on by Hughes, but it's going to be behind Liam Hardy, who can be first onto it. It's going to be Worksop here, who are trying to play it in from the left-hand side now. Now to Broadhead, who's going to pass it sideways here, now to Hawkridge. Here, we're going back onto the left hand for Wedgbury now. Wedgbury here, happy to pass it with Hawkridge at the moment. Starting to become a bit like that Simpsons game where they just passed it in between the two players. Now, but they've got it forward now here as Hawkridge is trying to get on the attack, get it to the byline here. Gets the ball in. It's a late challenge that Worksop are appealing for, and the free kick has been given for that one. I think, not sure which player it was for the Steels who got that late challenge. I think the referee is the referee going to make a decision on that one? I don't think so, but it is going to be free kick from a dangerous sort of position for Worksop, and it can be a difficult one to defend considering how much we have struggled with the Worksop's height so far in this game. So it's not far, it's basically on the touchline, that ball. About 5 yards away from the edge of the right-hand side of the area, and the Steels will just need to block off the men and try and stop any runs in from the likes of Hughes. So here comes the ball in. Here it goes, clipped in, looking for that far post. It's a good ball, but headed away before being hooked away properly by Stocksbridge. Ifeafabu is trying to see if he can turn this into a counter-attack. First touch is not the greatest, and he manages to get it back, and it's back to Malkowski. McCaskill's going to try and chase down. Malkowski sends the ball long here, but headed on. Murray been caught out of position, he's rushed onto it, and it's been headed on, and now it's going to Hardy. Hardy gets the ball onto feet, being covered by Reynolds. Hardy takes it to the right foot, shot and behind. Hampshire, it's in the back of the net. 4-1 Worksop. And it's not the best result for the Steels so far. It's not going to be a good night for the Steels here, I'm sure, as Worksop go 4-1 up. The man signed for a fee last year from Hyde United, which is rare at this level, and he's been worth that money ever since for Worksop. So Stocksbridge will have to pick themselves up here for this one. Linesman having a bit of a laughing joke at the Worksop fans there as well as we start to return them. It goes back now to Elliot Murray, who's going to send it long here, looking for Ifeafabu. Headed away though by Wild, chest down, hooked over by Hawkridge. Hughes now battling through, but Murray's pushed him off the ball well. And now it's going to be O'Connor trying to race forward. He's been ragged around a bit there before it goes away from him, but it's got bounced to McCaskill, who, as the rain starts to pour here down in Worksop, and it goes down before Worksop are able to clear it. Goes out of play, though. Steels throwing on the left-hand side. And on the left-hand side now, Tinker going to throw it in. Get it down back to Tinker after the throw-in. He's going to be right on. It's going to be a well, leave it's a free kick for the Steels here actually. So late opportunity as we are now 41 minutes into this match. Steels losing 4-1 here against Worksop. So can the Steels maybe grab one back here? Pull, but long ball forward, it's going to fall short there. Head back to O'Connor. O'Connor's going to take the touch. O'Connor's going to try and chip it down to the right-hand side, but Wild's able to head that away with ease, and it's been knee back to Wild as he headed it away. Wild's going to now clear it up, and now it's going to go back to headed on there by Worksop, but Reynolds covers, and it's out of play for a throw into Worksop here. So back for Wild to take. Throw it inside now, gone back to Wedgbury. Wedgbury gives it back now to Broadhead as Worksop go deep, and it goes all the way back to Malkowski now. Malkowski takes the touch before booting it well forward, but Ifeafabu stops it going forward, heads it forward. It's going to be a throw into Worksop. Going to be on the left-hand side here for Wild to take. Wild taking a few steps in before throwing it, goes back to Wild. Actually, Ifeafabu gets his foot in, but stop it's another throw in there. Throw back in for Wedgbury, knocks it forward now. Going to be battle in the air, headed on. It's going to go back to Starsenko, tries to get onto the right-hand side for Rollins. Takes the touch, cuts inside, but cleared away by Oglesby. Going to be a throw in on that right-hand side for Hutchinson to go take as Worksop continue to push and make the scoreline worse. Throwing going in before being cleared away by Tinker. Going to go to McCassie, who's looking to turn and run, but Worksop immediately rubbing off the ball, and that's a very light fall there from Sam Wedgbury as he earns the free kick for Worksop. Just so you know, there's in another game, the Braintree game tonight has been suspended because a firework has been let off onto the pitch, and the police are on their way to that game. So you even trouble extending out to non-league as big ball goes into the end, and work appeals for both sides to have the court, as it goes behind the line, but it is going to go Stocksbridge's way. This back for Hampshire to take. Hampshire now going to take the run up here. Going to send it long here. Looking for a pull, but headed away there by Broadhead. Knocked on, but only there for Oglesby to clear away. Wild heads it on. Going to be headed back. Knocked away there by Wedgbury, and Hughes is going to try and take the touch back, but going to go forward to Goodwin. And Whelan's been forced to pass it back there before Murray knocks it forward. Ifeafabu looking to chase onto it. There's a bit of an awkward bounce, but Worksop head it back to Malkowski before Ifeafabu could potentially latch onto it. It tries to find Rollins there with the pass through, but Tinker gets it, and Tinker's going to try and get the attack on. Tries to get through Malkowski, but we're robbed by Hutchinson. Tries to get through, Stockbridge battling through midfield, but Worksop have come out with it. They're rolling midfield, well in from Ross Goodwin there. Now Ifeafabu is going to try and turn this into attack. Tries to get through, goes down from the trip, no foul given, and the ball goes long, and Hampshire going to take this. We have entered the 45th minute, and half-time will be here. Well, it's not been great for the Steels. It did start off as well as it could. Thomas Poole with a fantastic finish first minute, but then a goal from Liam Hughes, a brace from Jack Broadhead, and then another one from Liam Hardy may have got that game wrapped up as we enter half-time. 45 minutes to go, anything can happen, but not looking good for the Steels. We'll see you then. Hello and welcome back here to the Windsor Food Services Stadium here for the match between Worksop Town and Stocksbridge Park Steels in the Northern Premier League East. One of the games in hand forced by Worksop's FA Cup run to the fourth qualifying round, ended by Alf Church. We're in the second round now, which is impressive for them. Anyway, not going well for the Steels at the moment. They did take a 1-goal lead in the first minute thanks to Thomas Poole, but a goal from Liam Hardy, brace from Jack Broadhead, and another from Liam Hughes, actually Hughes then Hardy at the end. And it looks like we are going to see a substitution for Stocksbridge early on as well, as it does appear that Keegan Townrow is going to be coming on. Just been confronted by the linesman there who thinks I'm insane for talking to myself, but nope, talking to all you guys listening at home. At least 30 of them. Anyway, Keegan Townrow has just come on. He comes on for Zach Reynolds here, so Reynolds obviously maybe having an issue there, but it means Elliot Murray will push out to right back, which is going to be interesting to see how they cope now with the fact that Worksop's main tactic is to bomb it down the wing, put a cross in for one of their big forwards to get on the end of. So here we go again for the second half. So Worksop Town have kicked off in the luminescent yellow shirt, black shorts and black socks, while Stocksbridge Park Steels are in the red shirts, red shorts and red socks. Worksop still on the ball, forcing the Steels to chase. They knock a ball forward, but it's being blocked by the Steels. Going to be a throw-in just inside the Steels half here. Going in here for Hutchinson. Going to go back, you're going to be in the middle, it's flicked on, and Tinker's going to get it and clear it down the line, but that's just going to go nowhere. And going to be a throw-in down the line for Worksop, well into their own half. Here it comes down the line. And Hughes is taking the touch before he flicks it on. Going to be chased by Rollins here. Being pushed around a bit by Oglesby. Rollins trying to get the beat on him, but and that's a foul somehow, even though that's just physicality of the game. That's a bit of a poor one there, as Rollins went down very simply. So it's going to be a free kick here for Worksop down the right-hand side, just a minute into this half. And going to be Terry Hawkridge to take this corner. Free kick, I mean. And Steels have another chicken to touch as there's some pushing and shoving going around that the referee is heading over there to, well, no, I thought he was going to have a talk about it. He's not going to do anything about it. It's going in, and Hampshire able to claim that one very well, the young goalkeeper on loan. So just going to take his time here before going to roll it out in front of him now. Hampshire take his time before he's going to send it long here, looking for McCaskill, who's going to be headed away from him. Going to be a Wedgbury who knocked it on, and the foul's going to be given for a late one from Goodwin on Wedgbury. Just going back, and Malkowski is going to now take this one. So anyway, so it's going to be the free kick for Malkowski to take, going to send it long, going to get cross field, going to be headed away by Oglesby, who going to take a bit of time. I think he may have got that smacked on his nose as he was doing that. Just take time, Oglesby is more used to a national surface than some of the other players. I'm coming from Staveley, who's got the similar sort of 3G surface to what we have here at Worksop tonight. Hello, Liam, listening to it as well. Hopefully we can get the comeback like you want. Fran's going to go through everyone here for Worksop. Back to Rollins here on the right-hand side. Rollins turns back. Now Paul goes in for Worksop behind everyone, but being flicked by Wild, who's keeping the attack alive here. Being pressed by Ifia Febu back in the defence at the moment. Now back, being flicked back onto Wild, puts the ball in. Punched away there by Hampshire, and then passed away by the Steels. Poole here now is going to build. So he's going to get it on the right-hand side. Poole going to flip to the left, trying to get to McCaskill, but pass cut out quite simply. Back with Oglesby, who's going to send it long, and it's going to be headed away by Worksop, but into the path of McCaskill, who's going to take a touch. He's got some space, and there's a nasty sliding challenge from Worksop there, and that's going to be a for sure booking there. So trying to see the number of the man who got it. It was a definite foul. That one was definitely stopped McCaskill from shooting from range. We haven't actually seen McCaskill shoot from range, so we don't know if it's any good or not yet from there. I think it may have been Starsenko there. Don't think McCaskill's still down on the ground actually, which is a bit concerning. Do have Johnny Holloway on the bench to come on, but there comes McCaskill off, and the referee is not going to give any sort of card for that one. So free kick for Thomas Poole to take. He has shown some good ability from this range before, and he'll be looking to get his second against Worksop today and really cause a fright amongst the home fans here. Here comes Poole. Worksop taking it, goes for everyone, palmed away by Michalski, corner kick. Good. Poole heads over, it's on the right hand side of this corner. Free kick goes curled round the wall really well, but Michalski did very well to read it and palm it away. Going to be the corner here. So Poole's going to have there plenty of men forward. Stocksbridge only really have left McCaskill and Tinker back. Here comes the corner. It's a well hit one in, but it's going to be headed away by Worksop. Back for Whelan, who is going to get it back to Poole on the right hand side, just a bit behind Poole. Not the easiest pass, but Poole's going to use it and break in pace, but he just doesn't have the speed to get onto the touch he had, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Tigers. 50 minutes in. This game, it is still 4-1 to Worksop. Steele's trying to do what they can in this second half. Now down the right hand side here for Hutchinson. Back into defence, going to send it long here. Looking for Hughes, and Hughes is completely unmarked as he flicks it over for Rollins to chase. Tinker just about heads it away. Tinker trying to stop Rollins getting onto it. He does, and then it's going to be cleared away by Whelan here. Back into the centre defence for Worksop there, who gather it well. Now through to Hawkridge, who gives it back now to Atherton. Now back onto the right hand side and going to take it forward here. Send it long and long, looking for the runner Rollins, but Tinker's able to head it away, and now back into the centre of defence for Atherton, who is going to give it to Broadhead, the two-time goal scorer in centre defence. That shows you what's happening today. Okay. So, it's into the midfield here, as they just are happy to pass it amongst their own in the defence, with Steele's not pressing very much at the moment for them to keep into their shape. As they get it down to this left-hand side here, and it's not the best touch by Worksop, but they do keep it in, and Worksop have now got it on the left-hand side. A little bit of a nick there on the Worksop man, but no foul will given. Probably should have been one though, and Stocksbridge will try and get the counter going, but Poole's being out-pressed by a couple of men, but he's got it through to O'Connor, but his pass is not the rest, but Tinker's going to push forward with it. Tinker, who just loses his touch and then commits the foul as he gives the ball away. So, and Worktop man, it's Atherton there, who's just going to struggle to get back to his feet there for the trip from Tinker. Broadhead. So now back for Michalski to take. Right, they're going to send it long here. Headed away by Townrow, who makes his first touch of the game. Coming on into centre back, with Murray moving to right back at half time. Likely maybe to add some just extra height in that central defence, which I think they may need with some of the attackers here. Worksop have played it all the way back to their defence here. Broadhead here will take the pass over, cross over to Atherton. Now it's with Hutchinson. McCaskill tries to close down, can't, goes through to Rollins. Tinker slips a little bit, but has gone back into their midfield here as Worksop look to recycle the ball and see if they can. Now they are going to look for Rollins' run. Does go to Rollins, who passes it back here to Hutchinson. Well tackled though, Steele's trying to get on the counter. McCaskill down the left-hand side. McCaskill looks to cut inside, but it's being cut out here, and Worksop will have it in the field. And the close down's been blocked, and Steele's going to try and keep it in, but not forward here. appeals for anything, seemingly. Goodwin's going to go down and earns the free kick there. And Hutchinson and Goodwin has a few words for Regan Hutchinson. Free kick for the Steels just inside their own half. 54 minutes gone in this game. Steels losing 4-1 here. Oglesby going to try and switch play, trying to get into that right hand side, but it's going to be headed away fairly comfortably by Worksop. Whelan looks to be the first on the ball. He has robbed the Worksop man of it. Trying to get through to Fabu, who's trying to flick it on. Blocked again, appeals to the handball, not given. Continuing to fight for the ball down the right hand side. Both teams appealing for free kicks, nothing given. And Worksop going to try and pass their way out of trouble. Actually, the Worksop man is still down there, and Worksop will knock the ball out of play for him. So it will. We're going to have a stoppage in play for the Worksop man there. So back for we're just having a bit of a break in play due to this injury. Can't see which Worksop player it is that's down. It's just on that far end from where I am sitting today in the main stand here. We've got a couple of stands here now at Worksop. They've got the new seated stand over there near the bar. So a lot of things are cropping up here at Sandy Lane. So just to continuing, we'll see if anything, if Worksop are forced to make a substitution here. It does look like they have one player by the time, but I can't tell if it's just one of the players going over for tactical advice. I think it was. It's Josh Wilde, actually. I've just seen it on through the Worksop Twitter, who's out down with the injury at the moment. And the game will now resume play. Wilde back on his feet and will be back in the game, which is good news for the Tigers. Back with Malkowski in his arms now as well. Here comes the ball long from Malkowski, looking for that left wing here, but well headed away by Murray before it tries to go past him, and it does get past him now here to Hardy on this left-hand side, who's looking for the overlap, looking for the ball, and the ball is going in, and it's dangerous before Tinker's able to clear it away. McCaskill trying to take it away, but it Steels under more trouble. Tinker trying to rescue it before O'Connor knocks it away, but Worksop continue getting in, and now Rollins has some space on the right-hand side. He's clipping a ball in. Hughes trying to be the first one in. It goes over his head. Hardy advancing, but knocked away by Elliot Murray there. And then a late challenge there from the Steels is penalised, and I think it was Goodwin who there's going to be appeals from the Worksop fans to send him off for that one. So just here why time to Goodwin. I think that's only his second or third foul of the game, just for counting, but he is not going to get a booking for this one. Do apologise if you're hearing any industrial language on the commentary today. Can't control what the fans do. So it's going to be another free kick for Worksop here. So taking some time here. Worksop man. And the Steels are probably glad to do it so they can get into extra position. Just notice Rollins has peeled a bit off the right hand side there. Tinker has got an eye on him, but see, that's not. Here comes the clip in, going for the end of the side, going to be headed away by the Steels. McCaskill will be the first on. There's a little shunt to get on now. McCaskill is on the ball to feet, looking for Tinker on this overlap, but it's just too far from him. It's going to go up for the throw in out on the other side. So 58 minutes gone in this game, and Worksop are going to make their first substitution, as Alex Starsenko looks to be the one heading off. Thinking maybe Luke Hall coming on there.
Placing Alex Starsenko, Worksop Town, Vaughan Redford.
I was right, it was Vaughan Redford who is coming on for Starsenko, the former Pontefract player, who also didn't have a great result last night, Pontefract. Gets the ball back in play there, sorry, but just a little break in play. They're just sorting something out there, but just going to play. The Steels have got a throw in here, just inside the half. As Worksop fans continue to urge Ross Goodwin, the former Tiger himself, to be sent off. Right here for Wild to take the throw in. Taking it down the line, headed back by Worksop, going to be another throw in about just a few yards up. Going to go through before Worksop are able to clear, but only sideways, and Afton eventually gets it away. A second header on by Worksop, but Whelan's going to try and keep it in there before head on by O'Connor. Knocked away there, but Tamara is going to bounce awkwardly, and he looked at Worksop and get on there, but Oglesby has done it and booted that one away. Going to be the throw in here for Worksop here on the right hand side. So on the right hand side, gone here and back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson going to try and take it down the line himself. Try to get to Rollins, but it goes out to play there, and it's going to be a throw in here. So we do get to the 60th minute mark, still 4-1-2 Worksop, no goals yet in this second half. Now back for Tinker to take the throw in. Tinker going to throw it short there to McCaskill, who hooks it over the head. If you're fair, we're going to try and head it on, but it's to no one in particular, which allows Worksop to head it away. Just going to be a bit of head tennis. Goodwin's won it and got it to O'Connor's going to flick it over the top for Poole to try and chase. Malkowski's racing onto it. Malkowski mishandles it a bit before he's able to get it just before it goes out for the corner kick. Bit of an uncertain catch there from Sebastian Malkowski, who's been their number one for quite a while now, and a much changed Worksop team from last season. All going through. Hughes knocks it back, but it's going to go back to Stocksbridge as McCaskill race onto it, but he's been robbed of the ball, and it's going to go now to left side for Hawkridge. He's going to try and get it down there. Now it continues on that left-hand side, back with Hawkridge again. Hawkridge takes the touch back again on to left wing. Ball going in. It's a bit behind everyone, but Worksop got the first touch. Redford was it, but it goes loose, and Poole's now going to try and start the counter-attack. O'Connor here. But he's going to take the slow touch before trying to get to McCaskill, but well cut out there by Worksop, and now they found Rollins, but he is about 5 yards offside there, and that's about as easy as the linesman's going to have a decision today. As we see a substitution as Liam Hardy is going to be coming off with Luke Hall, the former Sheffield FC man. So Luke Hall there, former Sheffield Wednesday, former Sheffield FC as well. Coming on now to, well, see if it Worksop can extend their lead. They've not been shy about trying to extend it in other games. It comes from Hampshire, sending it long, push over from McCaskill, not going to get the foul. Poole tries to hook it in, and the shot there from the left wing stung the palms of Mikowski. Almost a bit of an audacious attempt, but almost going off Poole. Poole is, to his credit, still trying to make a lot of the things happen in this game, and as well as scoring the opening goal, he's had probably the best opportunities for the Steels as well, as it goes back into the Tigers' defence here. Worksop just taking their time with it. Rollins is looking to make that run. It feels a bit like sometimes like a quarterback watching his wide receiver when he's going to make them drop the hip, and Rollins is in quite a bit of space here because Tinker's had to move over to Mark Hughes. And now Rollins is looking to make that run over the top of the ball, goes to him, and he does get it on the right hand side run, but Tinker's got it, but actually now he's gone back now for Hutchinson, who's trying to cut inside. Long pass is going to get clipped in by Wedgbury to that left hand side. It's been chased down there. It's just bounced in there because, well, there's the advantage of the Astra, bounced in off the line, and here comes the cross in from. It's able to clear it out. Back now into the left back position here for Worksop. They're going to continue to press it down, but cut back here. And back now here for Broadhead. He gets it to Atherton as they're very happy just passing amongst their defenders. And that pass has been cut off there by O'Connor. Now it's gone back here for Whelan, who pass it to Poole, and Poole's going to have to invade the pass before it goes to Goodwin, but that ball is very, very poor, and it's just going to go out for a goal kick. It's that poor. Well. Right for Malkowski to take this goal kick. Anyway, back into Malkowski's going to come it to feet after having a 1-2 with his defender. He's going to take his time with it. Well, he's going to really take his time with it. He's just happy to roll out. Come on, Thomas, close him down a bit. Or Lewis. He's out to, and he's going to take his time and now going to clip it to the right side, looking for William Hughes. Hughes is going to head it backwards here before Goodwin gets in with a header well. McCaskill tries to flick it on, looking for Poole. Poole gets a touch, and Poole is clipped over as he goes there. And Poole's going to struggle with his foot as well. Atherton's going to get a talking to from the referee as well for that one. Our opponents on Saturday, Bridlington Town in the East Riding Cup, are losing 2-1 to Beverley at the moment. I'm going to go back for Poole. And Will's going to take this free kick, actually. He's trying to quickly get it to the left-hand side. It was a nice idea, but Worksop have cut it out, and Worksop are going to try and see if they can get the counter of their own going. And it's a foul given away by Tinker for ragging down Jay Rollins. He's been a hell of a battle, and it's definitely a foul. Now, so 65 minutes gone in the game as Worksop lead 4-1 at the moment. Just in the centre defence at the moment for Worksop. They're very, very not that interesting second half, if we're being completely honest, as Worksop are not really pressing as much as they did in the first, and the Steels are struggling to break them down in the defence. Worksop here trying to manage the game, I think, more than anything, but definitely aren't probing for an attack. Goodwin now on the ball, pass it back here to if your favour. Fumore sends it long. Poole's going to take the touch back to Goodwin, who's going to send it long, looking for O'Connor. O'Connor's onside. O'Connor just needs to get it down. He's been forced backwards a bit, and that, I think maybe the big chance has gone there. O'Connor's looking for the overlap with Fabu. Fabu's putting the ball in, looking for the far post, but headed away. Now only back to O'Connor. O'Connor trying to get it to feet, bundled over, but a very light appeal for a penalty. I don't think that one was ever going to be given. I don't think it was too much of a contact there. And now Worksop are pressing forward. A lot of pace here down this right side as they get it now to Rollins on the right wing. Tinker covering, ball coming in from Rollins anyway, looking for the far post. Murray heads out for a corner with Luke Hall hovering at that far post. Going to be a corner kick here for... Going to be a corner kick here for the Tigers. So another one for the Steels defend. Is what has been tricky, though Steels have had a better handle on things in the second half, I'd say. You just don't want it to get any worse at this point, really. Here it comes long, looking in. And Keegan Townrow there with the saving clearance. And going to go back. Worksop are going to continue there after out-muscling Thomas Poole. It's on the left-hand side, and they're looking to try and clip the cross in. Currently with Redford as he clips it over, but headed away by Murray and then booted away by Goodwin. McCaskill going to battle with it. McCaskill's hold over, trying to fight with it with his back on the floor, but Worksop able to clear, but only back to Goodwin, who's looking for the pass through to Ifeabu. Bit of a trick on it, going to be advantage on Ifeabu. Before the tackle goes in, it's going to be a throwing close to the flag, and I think the free kick to be given a yellow card is going to come out for Worksop, man. So, going to be the yellow card there for Vaughan Redford. And a free kick for the Steels, where I'm actually wondering whether they could take it, whether they're going to determine where the foul happened. This is where Stocksbridge was strong, very much back in the September-October time. The Steels only seem to be scoring from free kicks like this. It's actually going to be a throw-in. They decided on the throw-in rather than going for the free kick. Throw-in being flicked on, peels for a corner. Corner has been given. Steels with the set piece now. And it's Poole's corners, which started the season so strong, but I have weakened over the last few weeks, and it'd be nice to try and see him do well, especially now he's got the likes of Townrow as a target just as well, because the only people back are Alex O'Connor, Lewis McCaskill, and if he's left free back actually, Lewis McCaskill in the centre there, and O'Connor and Tinker there on the back. Here comes the corner here, looking to get in the 6-yard box. A few people climbed high, but a foul has been given on the Steels, so it's going to go back for Worksop. Bit of a wasted set piece after that foul. Worksop tried to build quickly there, but immediately McCaskill had read that one and It's going to be a free kick. We're throwing them in, and it's back with Worksop now in their defence. They continue to build here as they look to close it. Steele's trying to close down. Goodwin now just a bit late on the pressing. Now on the left-hand side, and Iffy Faber tries to close down, goes into Hawkridge, but well done by O'Connor, who gets the tackle in, but still stays with Worksop for now. Get it down to the right-hand side, and it's just out of play there, though, well, I'll be honest, even as the Steele's commentator, I think probably not. Anyway, back for Tinker, who's going to flick it forward here, looking for Goodwin, but headed away by Worksop. Whelan's going to go for the header, bounce over him. Hawkridge is going to now knock it forward, and now Rawlins with his pace has broke forward. Rawlins on the right side, Peels, saved by the feet of Hampshire. And Rawlins broke through there very well, broke the offside trap completely. Now back with Hawkridge. Gets it into the middle to Wedgbury. Wedgbury's going to take it forward. Not sure what he was doing there, Wedgbury. I think he was thinking Rawlins was doing the incoming run dot. Now if you're Faber, who's going to try and chase it down, but he's going to get robbed of the ball off Wild and cleared out to play. So down the right hand side for Reynolds, who's going to throw it down long, headed away, but going to be covered here by Whelan, who passes it back to Oglesby, takes the touch Oglesby, and he's going to send this one long here, looking for McCaskill, who controls it well. McCaskill turns, looking for the killer pass. It's deflected wide. It's going to be chased down here. Being gathered by Stocksbridge, trying to create the goal. Here comes a shot. Oh, it's smacked over the bar. Steele's still on it. Takes a shot. Stuffs wide. It's going to be a corner kick, though. Pull there, smashing it off the bar. Then Goodwin for the follow-up shot. Hits it just wide. Steele's up almost with their second of the game there. Fantastic move that. Fantastic passing in the Steels there. It's just the work rate there to make the most of that mistake and then almost making the most of the goal. Here comes corner. It's all cleared off the line by Worksop from Elliot Murray. Here comes a second try in. Hits the side netting there and goes home. And now the Steels have twice come very close to goal. Cleared off the line, that one there. So back now for Malkowski to take, who will be breathing a sigh of relief that his goal line is being protected just about over those last minute or two. So 66 minutes gone in this game, and it is 4-1 to Worksop as Tinker heads that one away. It's going to bounce off McCaskill, then going to be a throw to Worksop here. The England women's game has finished. It's finished 1-1 against Norway. It's their World Cup next year, down under in Australia. Maybe we'll get Alex O'Connor as a special pundit for that one, as Jay Rawlins can't keep control of that one. He ends up knocking out play. Oh, it's a Worksop throw in there. So it's going to be Hutchinson coming over to take the throw in. Does mean, though, that England women were completely unbeaten in 2022, as well as winning the Euros, which obviously was an incredible moment back in the summer. Anyway, back for Regan Hutchinson now to take this throw in. Has a few options here, but he's taking his time over it. I'm trying to be a bit louder to put him off. I tried to do my dexterity, but I haven't, because the 1-2's there has gone to Jay Rollins with his back to goal. As he goes back to Hutchinson now, he's going to cut inside as O'Connor picks chase, passes it to Hughes, who's looking to turn, and his pass being intercepted. Back four, Worksop here. Rollins shouting the ball on his right-hand side as he's in acres of space, but it's going to continue on the left-hand bit before he's blocked off, and it's going to go out for the Worksop throw-in. So it's actually, sorry, got that wrong, my time count. It's actually the 73rd minute at the moment, as Worksop tap is blocked off, and 50-50 challenge goes Stocksbridge's way. Pull jinking as he tries to evade the challenge. Tries to get Iffy Faber on the right-hand side, and now he's passes it inwards to Whelan, who's going to loft it over the top for Iffy Faber, and he's going to try and be forced backwards here a bit, but he's trying to get down the byline. He's got three men around him, Iffy, but he eventually knocks off a Worksop man and gets the throw-in. Some hard work from Iffy Faber, who's not got his reward today, but I think has tried to get a lot down that right-hand side. And it's come over for Reynolds, for Tamro, Camuria to take the throw-in. I've went through a few names there. Going to take the throw-in here, going to cut inside here, on this right side for Stocksbridge, on close to the byline, trying to find some space here because Worksop closed down quickly, trying to cut into the box here, has done, and it's coming off a Worksop play, but Worksop have the ball now, and they're going to clear it away. Throw into the Steels. Goals. Just seen this. Here, Worksop clear the throw in, but not fully yet. And the second clearance is blocked by Murray, and it's going to be their own throw in now on that left-hand side. Do remember, if you're coming to the game on Saturday against Bridlington Town, we are having our food bank drive day there in that game. It's going to be a fantastic thing for the whole community. Remember, Stocksbridge Park Steels is a big community club, and that if you have your non-perishable food or cash anything that you are able to bring, please do, as it will help Stocksbridge Food Bank out a lot in our food bank drive game, as Stocksbridge give away a foul here on the halfway line. Also, do remind you, if you want some Stocksbridge Park Steels merchandise, it is Christmas coming up. There is nothing better under the tree than a Stocksbridge Park Steels shirt, whether that be one of our current home or away kit or our limited edition Jamie Vardy. Do go on our website right now, stocksbridgeps.co.uk/shop, and you'll be able to buy some shirts. As the Steels are making some substitutes here, if your Faber was one of the ones who has gone off here, Johnny Arley's come on. And I believe that's Luca DeFalco, coming on as well. That's for Lewis McCaskill. So that's McCaskill and Ifya Faber off.
Stocksbridge, number 14, John
Frey.
Uluya, and number 15, Luca DeFalco.
Here comes Owen. Worksop just had a long distance shot that fizzed over the bar, as I was just correcting our teams on here with the substitutions that have just happened. Luca DeFalco will be coming on. He had a bit of a mocking on Saturday before, in fact, when he did some really good trickery with his feet to get into a fantastic position before spooning a shot right into the ground from side stand. Still waiting for his first competitive goal, Luca DeFalco, who is well beloved around Stocksbridge despite that. Worksop have kept it in on the right. Stocksbridge, have kept it on the right hand side. Murray's going to send it long, but blocked off by Worksop. Wedgbury passes it out to left hand side. They're going long here, looking for that left wing here. Murray's covered it well, and he's got it's got thrown to Worksop's way. So Worksop with the throwing on this left hand side here. So 77 minutes gone in this game as it's 4-1 to Worksop, being a very quiet one. Olay taking his first touches. Before Oglesby clears it for him, but it's only gone back to Worksop, who's just going to launch another long ball into that left-hand side, and they're trying to get the beat of Murray. Has got the beating of Murray here, but Murray's covered well, got a foot in, and then Whelan's covered in well, knocked the ball off a Worksop man and earned the goal kick for the Steels. Whelan being a very impressive player since coming to the club. So back for Hampshire to send the long ball here. Long, and it's going to go over everyone's heads here. Olay trying to pay chase, and just going to go out first before Worksop throwing. So where Olay has shown his worth is chasing some of these balls that you would think are gone, but his stride is so impressive. He just seems to eat up just yards without you even really noticing he's doing so, which is a handy little trick to be deceptive with your speed, as Worksop play it amongst their defence here, and before sending it long, this should be Tinker's all day long, but Hughes almost came into the back of him. O'Connor gives it back to Tinker, who's in central midfield now, and gives it back to Tinker. Tinker's going to take the shot, but it's well saved there by Malkowski. Jack Tinker has promised us, if he does actually ever get to score for the Steels, he's going to do a Sioux celebration. Don't think he could have done one, though, for what would probably be a consolation against Worksop. Ball going long here, looking for Hughes, but Oglesby's going to go for header with him. Oglesby wins the header with Hughes before it's been headed back there by Hutchinson and out for a throw for Stocksbridge. Tinker going to send the throw in long. headed back by Worksop, but we chased down here by DeFalco, and DeFalco's going to continue the chase on the goalkeeper. Mikowski passing back to the defender before it's been cleared away. Trying to get the words out of my mouth here, as Poole has the ball now. Poole, little clever turn here, goes to Olay, but the tackle goes in, it's out for a Steels throw-in now. Thank you, Adrian Richards, for the good commentary. Not the nicest one to do today at the moment, but I'm sure it's good for you Worksop fans listening. Hey. I think we might have to charge for away fans at some point, especially if we're losing. Anyway, Tinker's trying to get it, trying to cut in, but it's been blocked off now, gone back for Whelan. O'Connor has it now. He's been forced backwards by the three-man press, and that pass back has not helped Keegan Townrow at all, who's going to be forced to pass it back to for Hampshire, who's going to just boot this one to the right-hand side, and that is going to go, actually, it's been kept in there by the Steels before. Worksop going to make the most out of it. They've burst down the left-hand side here. But they've stopped the running now. They're going to try and be forced backwards. Murray has done well at right back this game, but the missed tackle there from the midfield Goodwin there has kind of messed Stockbridge up, but then a poor pass from Worksop put O'Connor in. Goodwin just gets it through now to DeFalco. DeFalco gets it out of his feet, but being blocked off there by Worksop. Being cleared up forward, and it's going to be a throw into the Steels on that right-hand side. So back now for a throw for Murray to take on the right-hand side. 10 minutes to go in this game, plus whatever we see added on. We haven't really had many stoppages in this second half, so I'm not sure we'll see much, especially with the scoreline as it is. Front goes in, it's just a bit of head tennis before Goodwin wins. That's added on here. Before it gets cleared out, and going to be knocked away though by the Steels. Carlton have it, and there's a trip by Goodwin on the Worksop man, and it's going to be a free kick just inside the Worksop half. So back for the free kick here for Worksop, just inside the half. They're just happy to pass it into their defence. I mean, do anyone want to play some like noughts and crosses for the last 10 minutes? Because I think that's how this game's going to go at the moment. Because Worksop, while they are pressing, they would like another goal. They're not really pressing as they did in the first half for it. That pass was cut out easily by Tinker, and now it's Poole who's going to turn around, and he's turned his man very well. Poole's going to go on his own here. He runs at the left back, tries to get it through to Olay, and bounced off, and it's going to be a throw in here. Throwing quickly in, you can bounce away all the way now to DeFalco, who's just been knocked off the ball fairly simply, and it's going to be cleared away by Worksop. And Hughes is going to chase onto it, but Oglesby's on first, passes it back to Hampshire, and Hampshire is going to boot it away. In the midfield now, and O'Connor's gone through the back of the midfield there. I believe that is Redford, and it's going to be a free kick for Worksop just inside the Steels half. Just on the edge of the centre circle, actually. Is there anything else I can hawk on here while... Roger, what else are we selling? Memberships? How much? Yep. £60 a year. Yeah, Roger's just remind. If you want to become a member of Stocksbridge Park Steels, we have a whole load of incentives. They're all on our website. It is £60 a year. The best thing is that you get entered into a prize draw where you can win. What's the prize for this month? Pardon? 250 quid. You can tell how professional our ad reels are. 250 quid. That could be yours if you enter into. What a great thing that would be just before Christmas. And in fact, why don't you give us Stocksbridge Park Steels membership as a Christmas present? Hint. So 250 quid prize draw there. Become a Stocksbridge Park Steels member, and you help out a community club up with everything that we try to do up at Brackenmore. Worksop are preparing to make their final substitution as Whelan's just cleared one down. I think Whelan's had a very solid game on his return from suspension as John Allay tried to make the most of a bit of a slack back pass, but it has gone back to Mikowski now. Allay's tracking, and he's going to pass it back to the defender here. Yeah, and the Steel's closing down. It's working well, and it's worked well there, and it's Poole who's got it now thanks to that. Poole's evaded a tackle really well. Got it back to Whelan, trying to find the right-hand side here, but the pass has been cut out there and now cleared. And now Worksop are going to turn it well, and Murray's there, hacked down the man. He didn't actually go down there. Luke Hall's very, very angry at it. I think Murray's going to get a booking for that for sure. It'd be a fair booking. Right? And it will be a yellow card for him. Here comes the final substitution. Liam Hughes, the opening goal scorer for Worksop, is going to go off. And coming on is James Hansen. Oh, Ben Tomlinson, I do apologise. Ben Tomlinson coming on. Haven't got a single substitution right today. Not been my best day. Ben Tomlinson, the former Lincoln City striker. Player coach as nowadays, and scored actually for the first time this season on Saturday. Pass among the defence as Wedgbury's gone into that centre defence position for a while, but now it's going to be clipped long. Looking here for Christian, who's had to come in a bit for it. He's got it well, and now gone back into the centre defence as Wedgbury has it again. Wedgbury going to pass it out to the right. Going to head it away from Oglesby, back to Tinker before he's not forward, and now Rollins has got some space on the right-hand side. And Oglesby's closing down on him. Oglesby's looking like he's going to go grab the leg, Oglesby then, before Rollins puts the ball in, but it's well claimed by Hemshaw under his own bar. That's a tricky one to claim as well. And Hemshaw's going to take it quickly, and Ololay is going to try and get onto that, and it's been headed away there by Worksop, but Worksop get a free kick for Ololay running near the ball. I'll be honest, if a defender goes down under the, not the most built Ololay, that's more on the Worksop defender than it is Ololay. Gone back into defence here for Broadhead, who now pass it on to Atherton. In the 85th minute now, as we're nearing the end of the game here. Do come along to Saturday's game against Bridlington Town. It's going to be a good one, as just as Tanker's tackle had made its way to Poole there, and Poole in an attack position, the free kick is given. A bit late on that though. A bit late from Tinker as well, but a bit late on the referee's goal. Anyway, back now with Atherton, who works up very happy to pass it in their defence at the moment. On to the left-hand side, back now into the central defence. And they're just happy there, they're just not, before he sends it long here. Looking here for Tomlinson, who heads it back now to Rollins. Rollins being closed on by O'Connor, and O'Connor gets his foot in, going to be a throw-in to Worksop. O'Connor marched shouting the orders out as it goes back now to Wedgbury. Right. He has a happy pass back, but Steele's are closing down. Poole tried to close down, but it has now gone to Broadhead, who is in some space there, as they now send it long here. Look, before it's gone into the midfield. Worksop still on the ball, hit by a few heavy pushes from the Steels, and they're trying to get it down this left-hand side now. Trying to got it onto left hand, looking for the cross. They've got to pass it back, and there's no closing down as the ball now goes in, and it's headed well wide by Ben Tomlinson, who had to run backwards to try and get the header onto it here. Well, I can see my mum's in the comments. Well, you can suggest that idea to Roger when you come to the game on Saturday. I can confirm that Sammy Fox will be at the game on Saturday if you want to get tickets to see our mascot. Well worth it just for that. Ball going long here, but just going to go right out of play. That's giving it right back to Worksop here. Just taking a while because the ball's trailed all the way now to the opposite end of the pitch, and one of the Worksop fans is going down to chase it. The throw-in is now going in, headed into the play by Worksop. Oglesby heads it away from man before Tinker's just going to boot this one long. DeFalco is going to chase it before Worksop head it back away. DeFalco continues to chase, but O'Connor gets the head in now through to Poole, trying to do the 1-2 with O'Connor. It's a lovely 1-2. O'Connor's only forced to pass it back though to Whelan. It's deflected off the referee, but still with Stocksbridge. Whelan has it. Whelan gets it through now to Tinker, who's almost found Ololay on the overlap, but eventually Worksop defend, close it down, and they've cleared it away. Oglesby heads it backwards here. Now it's with Redford, who gets it onto that left side where Luke Hall is. Hall here going to cut back now for a second. He's just paused on the ball here for a bit, pass it backwards. Referee had to avoid that one as well. Now for Hawkridge, Hawkridge is just going to roll with it, urge to shoot, not going to do it. Now with Rollins on the right hand side, who's been fantastic for Worksop today. Okay. Now with Hawkridge again, as he tries to find Rollins, tinkers in with that one, and it's going to be a throw in to Worksop. Thank you, David Tinker, for that one, for the compliment on the commentary. Some people do say nice things about me. Thank you, Graham, for that. Yeah. Back with Worksop now here on the right side of the plate, but Whelan is going to get it through, and Poole gets it 1-2 to Olay, but the no look didn't really work out, being cut out there by Atherton, and it is back now in the Worksop defence. Now into the midfield, they're back now with Atherton, and Hutchinson has it now, and back here, and they are just going to pass it amongst the defence. So is anyone doing anything nice for Christmas this year in a month's time? Has anyone got the presents yet? Because if Worksop just going to pass it in the defence, which they can't blame for, I'd rather know about some of your Christmas presents, what you're getting. Worksop have just sent the ball along, looking for Tomlinson here. He does get a touch on, he plays it in, but no one in particular. Townrose touches a bit heavy there for inside the box, and he was almost latched onto by Rollins. Currently with Murray now in right back, but knocked it forward here to DeFalco, is looking to control, but being robbed of the ball. This is just another level of play that DeFalco is up against today, as it goes back here to the goalkeeper. A bit of a slow back pass. Oh, he's almost onto that and almost closes down Malkowski as he cleared it down. As even a flight's going over to check out what's going on. Not going well for the Steels playing if you do it. Yeah. Someone get on flight radar and check out what that plane is and tell me. And it's just another poor pass. Poole trying to get the one-touch passer to get something going, but not working at the moment. And now it is with Hawkridge as they press forward. But here we are in the 90th minute now. We haven't seen any stoppage time go up. There's another time. Puts it down, gets to the byline, plays it in, but it's gone out for the goal kick here. We have said, I've just missed it, 3 minutes at a time. Seems fair, that. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for the referee decision on the added time. Thank you for everyone who's listening. We have had very good listenership today. I'm sorry that I couldn't bring you a game with a better result for Stocksbridge. Will go down as their worst result in the league this season for the Steels, and probably the worst one since Ashington one in the FA Cup. That happened about a month ago. God, that was over a month ago, Ashington now. This season, flying by. Does mean we will have to wait for our opportunity to try and break into the playoffs. Now back with Rodhead, gone through here. Worksop will Worksop on an attack here. Tinker's only with good tackle there. Goodwin's trying to evade, but is still with Thompson, who is going to take the shot, but well saved by Hemshaw, who has grown in confidence during the game, to his credit. So tell you about league position. Stocksbridge will remain in 6th position, joint on points with Pontefract Collieries. With how the results have gone this week, we actually are kind of better off than we were at the start of the week with Pontefract's 6-0 loss to Brighouse Town last night. We are 5 goal difference off them, just to let you know. And Worksop Town, they still remain in 2nd place. They have 2 games in hand on Stockton Town and are 3 points behind them with a 15 goal difference advantage over Stockton, the one team that has beat Worksop this year. Can be clipped on for Worksop, and now it's Hawkridge. It's Redford, on the right hand side. Puts the ball in, appeals for a handball. A lot on. And the handball appeals, I believe, have been given. So it's actually corner kick. The handball not given. I thought it was because of the way they were setting up. But one last corner probably for the Steels defenders. We enter the 3rd minute and final minute of added time. The Steels looking to defend it, and it's been headed back in by Worksop. Hemshaw looking to punch it away, get some sort of a punch onto it before Murray is able to clear it away. Is back in the defence, now going to go to Hawkridge on the right hand side. Being closed down by O'Connor, but Hawkridge is going to run backwards and pass it all the way back to Malkowski. Here. And that is full time here. It's Worksop Town 4, Stockbridge Park Steels 1. Not the best. Thank you, Adrian Richards. Tell me it's a police plane that was flying over on flight radar. No? Great stuff. Anyway, what wasn't great stuff was the 4-1 loss here for the Steels. They did take the lead in the 1st minute. Thomas Poole made the most of a defence area before hitting one into the top corner. It was a fantastic effort from Poole, but Worksop did fight back. They got themselves back into it. goals from Liam Hughes, a brace from Jack Broadhead, and then one from Liam Hardy, meaning the Worksop get all 3 points. They have their 11th win in a row, while Stockbridge's great run of form will end here tonight. Well, thank you very much for everyone who was listening tonight. I've been Adam Allcroft here on the Stocksbridge Park Steels YouTube channel. Please do give us a subscribe, like this stream. Please share our channel and get us some more subscribers. The more we get, the more people join in on these commentaries and the more people watch our highlights, and the better it is for a club. It's a way you can help the club a bit without giving any money, though we would like you to buy our merchandise and food bank drive, obviously, on Saturday. Thank you very much, anyway. Thank you very much for everyone who's listening. We will see you on Saturday for the game against Bridlington.
See you later.